always had an interest in flying helicopters, so I came to the school and it seemed like a good place to go. So I signed up and went to school for a year and a half and became a pilot and started working for this company.
When did you become a helicopter pilot?
I became a helicopter pilot about 2 years ago.
What kind of helicopters are there?
The ones that we have here that we fly are the Robinson R-22s and Robinson R-44s. They're small personal aircraft with a piston engines in them, so we just use almost regular gas. A little different than a gas station, but pretty close to that. And they're small training helicopters and small tour helicopters.
What's your favorite helicopter?
What's your favorite helicopter?
My favorite helicopter is the UH-1 Huey. I don't have a picture of one in here, but we have them in the other ones. The older Vietnam style. I think there's some on that wall over there. They're big Vietnam helicopters, and I'll show you a picture of one. You gotta have one on there. This one right here. It's made by Bell. They're old and they're really loud, and when most people think of helicopters, they think of the real loud, bigger ones that you would see in older movies and stuff. And that's my favorite. Hopefully one day I'll be flying one of those.
How do different things by flying a plane?
Well, in an airplane, you have to use airports and runways, and you have to fly high and fast. You have to keep going, or the airplane will fall out of the sky. And helicopters, you can fly low and slow, and you can stop. You don't have to have an airport. If I had a big enough yard, I could fly out of my yard and back into it. If I had a helicopter too. And a helicopter or airplanes use wings. We use rotor system.
How are helicopters and planes the same?
They both fly. They both use an airfoil to generate lift to stay up in the air. There's they have similar instruments inside them. So when you're flying, you use the same stuff to look at that you in a helicopter as you would in an airplane.
I don't know kind of different helicopters there are.
Oh, how many there are? Oh, there's a whole bunch. Here's just some of the ones that different militaries around the world use. You've probably seen, where is it? Like this one from the Air Force Base. They'll fly around in this a lot around here. And Metro Rescue, they use these, two of these actually. And it's probably the only ones that you'll see around here. And then there's a lot of other helicopters. Matter of fact, yes, sir.
Flying a helicopter.
What's the hardest part flying a helicopter?
They're very unstable. They want to fly in whatever direction they want to go in, so you constantly have to fly it. You constantly have to use the controls to try to make it do what you want it to do instead of what it wants to do. So unlike an airplane, airplanes you just take off and you can set autopilot and it just flies straight and level, where a helicopter you always have to try to fly it. So it's hard to pick up, it's hard to set down. It's like being in a fishbowl hanging from a ceiling fan.
How do helicopter pilots help the community?
Well, we use helicopters for as air ambulances for accidents. People are hurt, we can pick them up and fly them to the hospital if they can't get there in an ambulance. If they're do search and rescue. If they're just lost, we'll pick them up. If they're hurt and lost, we'll go in and get them and pick them up and take them to the hospital.